Hello, and welcome to The Pool is Abstract, where we're currently rewatching and dissecting Doctor Who spin-off series Torchwood, episode by episode. My name is Connor, and with me is the man who definitely wouldn't look after a group of kids, even for £10 per child. It's James!
Hey, all right, yeah. Hi.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm glad that was actually not a mean statement. No,
it's just true.
Yeah, it's just true.
So, today, we did it. It took us a long time. It took us several months, but we finally watched 5 episodes of television.
Woo!
We finished today on Series 3, Episode 5. That's Children of Earth, Day 5, which aired on the 10th of July 2009 and was written by Mr. Russell T. Davies.
Ah.
Right.
Yeah.
Before we dive into the episode, there's 2 ways to approach this, isn't there? How was the episode? And, well, it's over now.
It's done.
Yeah, so...
I don't need to speak to you anymore.
It's how was the episode, and how was Children of Earth as your first proper taster of Torchwood?
Yeah, it's campy fun.
Campy's not the word I'd use. Like it does have campy elements. It's BBC low budget,
it's
but like
it's all a bit melodramatic. It's all a bit silly.
I guess, yeah.
But I think it sometimes it screams that kind of Tumblr faux deep sometimes, but
yeah.
Ultimately I had a good time.
I think, like I say, the main goal for me was to be like, I know one of your big complaints of the modern era of the show is how nothing seems to have stakes.
Yes.
Nothing is taking itself seriously. It's too silly. It's too goofy. It relies too much on keeping the fan base happy.
Correct. Yeah.
I thought this would be an interesting... Well, look at this.
Yeah. And
from that front?
It was very different. It was very much... Yeah. It was... bleak.
Yeah.
Bleak.
Just
bleak.
Because in the end,
Jack's a villain.
The bad guy always wins.
Yeah, the worst person in the room won.
Even if you defeat the villain, another just takes their place.
Yes. Arguably an eviler. More evil. Evil maximum.
Yeah. Evil
Denise.
Prime. Denise. Yeah. Right. So I guess we'll get more into the show as a whole towards the end, but episode 5.
Yeah. I've just panicked. You haven't actually got a quiz for me, have you?
Nope.
Thank fuck.
I probably should have... I forgot we were going to do a recap. Ah, well.
Woo! Oh, I blew out the mic, sorry.
Dodge a bullet there.
I did.
Well, just your level is fine. Right. So, yeah, right. So, episode 5. Again, but without just getting into it, like, straight off the bat, how do you feel like this holds up compared to the last one, to episode 4, and just the series as a whole? Because obviously, you could argue this kind of comes into the whole series as well, but how do you feel like this episode comes in terms of pacing for the series? Sorry, am I keeping you awake?
No. Yeah, no, I think it keeps at the pace well to start with. I think it does kind of wrap up quite abruptly.
This episode?
It does kind of feel... In terms of the whole plot, yeah, it's the last episode.
In terms of how they defeat the 456?
Yeah. It's kind of like, hey, we don't know what to do. Hey, we've done it. It was a little bit like,
Yeah, that's fair.
But in relation to the wider, like, the whole 5-episode arc, it feels satisfying. And it feels like it earned the finish that it got.
Yeah. Because this was like a major shift, a major departure from everything else. Because like I say, the first 2 seasons of Torchwood were quite similar to Doctor Who in format. They were 13 episodes a season, as was the case with Doctor Who at the time.
Yeah.
And it was a Monster of the Week format with slight overarching character
Bad
beats.
Wolf.
And
But Torchwood.
Yeah, like series 1 of Torchwood, you had the whole thing with Jack's hand kind of just... the Doctor's hand that was cut off in the Sycorax fight. That was just kind of sitting around in the background. And
good thing that never became an issue.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Donna.
And Donna's child.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But this was like a major departure because we went away from that serialized kind of format to, hey, this is going to be one ongoing thing, like Trial of a Time Lord back in the 80s, like Flux went on to be in Series 13 of Doctor Who. But this is like, hey, this is not going to suck. And it's going to be 5 episodes.
Yeah.
Instead of splitting it over ages. And again, remember when this came out, this wasn't aired week by week. This was day by day.
So you should really release all of these day by day.
Nah. I genuinely considered it. No. But yeah, these were released obviously because the episodes are split up day by day. Each episode of this series it takes place over a 24-hour period.
Yeah.
And yeah, they were released on it. So it was kind of as if you were watching it live as it was happening, which I think was kind of a cool gimmick.
Yeah, it I can imagine this would have been very exciting.
Yeah, this would have been like not prestige TV, but this would have been like this would have been really like water cooler moment.
Oh, this is like
TV.
Chat about it on the playground the next day at school kind of thing.
Yeah, except children were watching this, but yeah.
Well, all the kids at my school were.
Were they?
Yeah.
I never watched this as a kid.
So I didn't because Mum and Dad said no. Because I'm cool.
Good job, Dave.
Yeah. All right. We can call out Dave on the other one. He listens to that one. Hasn't listened to this one yet.
Right. But yeah, I like this one a lot. It's funny because I remember we talked about it last week and I said episode 4 is my favourite.
Uh-huh.
I like episode 5, but I couldn't remember how it sat in series for me. I like this a lot.
Yeah, I'd say it's on par with 4 for me.
You think?
Yeah.
I think I prefer 4 a little more. I feel like there's maybe, and this is nitpicky, but I think we cut 2 shots of children boarding school buses maybe a bit much.
Yeah, that was a lot, and you could tell it was the same children and the same 2 buses because they definitely didn't have any more.
But if I'm being honest, that's my only real and that is a nitpick, to be fair. That's not like even a writing problem. That's clearly an editing thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, aside from that, I don't really have any complaints. I think this might. Yeah,
I was gonna say it.
It's not my favorite, but it's first time I watched this. Episode 2 was my favorite.
Oh, really?
I think it was the most kind of like actiony type thing. And it's funny now. I think now if I were to rank them, I would go 4, 5, 2, 1, 3.
Okay, I would probably go 4, 5, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
I think it just progressively, other than the switch between 4 and 5, it progressively got better as it went on.
That's good. Yeah. So, should we just dive into it?
Go on then.
We'll go into the plot.
Hit me with it.
Yeah. So, cold open. Well, opening titles: Children of Earth, Day 5. And cold open.
Yeah.
Gwen talking into a camera.
Look shit.
I mean, you're supposed to, I guess.
Yeah, I know.
You see the camera Reese is using?
Yeah.
A digital camcorder?
Yeah, a digicorder.
Let's be honest, it wasn't new when this came out.
No, but I think this is where the faux Tumblr-ness comes in for me a little bit. It's these kind of things where it's like her being half in shadow, especially then when you see the context of why she's half in shadow.
Yeah.
Feels like just a bit of a kind of...
It's a complaint that I feel like wouldn't exist if when we come back to this moment later, if she was just in a pitch black room.
Yes.
And if there was like a slit with a bit of light coming through.
There's a lot of light in that room and she's chosen just to be edgy. Which I'm just like... And especially when she's saying... Again, I think... context is everything with it. Because when she's saying it in the cold open, it's kind of this... Oh, has the world ended? Is it this whole like... And then when you see it... No, actually she's saying it in a room full of terrified children. Arguably making the situation objectively worse. Then I'm kind of like, wow, Gwen, you shithouse. You really did. We weren't great there.
Yeah. So what she's saying, she's on the camcorder. Initially, I think you assume she's recording herself.
Yeah.
Because it's quite close to her face.
Yeah, Reese is just very bad at framing.
Yeah, but she says, I was meant to ask Jack about that doctor of his, the doctor who randomly shows up and saves the world, except sometimes he doesn't. And why doesn't he? Why doesn't he do that? And she basically says, I have a theory, which is sometimes the doctor must look at this world and turn his head in shame.
It's a good line.
It is. I remember first time I heard that, I was like, ooh.
I mean, I was kind of chuckling to myself, though, because I just had the idea of when she says, I wanted to ask Jack about that doctor he always goes on about. I was giggling at the idea of it just being like a podiatrist or something that does really good work. And then sometimes Jack comes in and those dogs are so bad that he has to look the other way. And
Jack doesn't need that. He heals.
Yeah, he heals. If it's an ingrown toenail, it just grows back out again.
Oh no! What if Jack had an ingrown toenail when he was made immortal? Do you think he just has to live with constant ingrown toenails?
That's what I'm thinking.
Or would it have just been healed from the get-go?
I don't know. Is it a perpetual thing? Because what if he had crabs? Do they always come back?
No, because the crabs weren't made invincible.
Oh my god!
Not my invincible crabs.
Was Jack the start of the like super gonorrhea and stuff like that? Because we know he gets around a bit. So I mean, like
Jack definitely made AIDS happen. Let's be honest.
Jack is patient zero.
Let's be honest. He can't have been picky with his partners, particularly in the 80s.
Yeah, and that feels like that would be a very dark episode of Doctor Who if we found out that AIDS
That's
was actually
definitely a Big Finish like episode somewhere.
AIDS is an alien.
I bet Nick Briggs wrote
virus.
that one.
After being a villain in the boardroom.
Yeah.
In the cabinet.
Jack Harkness and his
He
immortal
wasn't
crabs.
in this episode.
Nope.
He fucked right off.
You did.
Oh,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Oh, if I gave these episode joke titles, I would definitely call this Jack Harkness and his immortal crabs.
That could be, like, that could...
I can be in the description somewhere.
Yeah, just have that in block caps in the description.
I'll do that just for you.
Thank you.
I'll make it capitalized.
Thanks.
But
quote it to Charles.
Yeah. Right. So, Gwen's recording this video, and then
Already sidetracked.
we cut back.
Yes.
So Jack and Gwen are getting rounded up by special forces. They're obviously in that building. Last episode ended with Yanto's death, and
Dead toe.
yeah, they had dead toe, and they had that moment where they were hugging over his corpse.
As one does.
So yeah, they're still there, but the soldiers come up and they round them up. Johnson rocks up, your favourite.
Woo, the villain who's a bit shit.
Children of Earth, the one with the villain who's a bit shit, and the one with the villain who's not actually a villain.
He's definitely a villain. Decker is a villain. It's Decker and Denise. The two double Ds.
No.
Double Ds of danger. That's what I'm saying.
No. Yeah, so Jack gets arrested. He says goodbye to Gwen. She's essentially getting escorted back to Wales.
Back to Wales.
And he tells her to save as many children as possible.
I mean, because that's the first time we see him in Harkness interact with Frobisher, isn't it? In person.
Yeah, because obviously he spoke to him over the phone beforehand. But yeah, this is the moment when Gwen and Jack are sat down, and John Frobisher, not Frobisher the Penguin.
No one's getting confused with that.
Is sat down with not Claire Balding.
Sandy Togswig.
I can't remember her name.
Don't look at me. You're the one with the sponge for names and information.
I should remember this because Lois had to Lois had her email and password in episode 1.
And to be fair, given what happens later in the episode, it's quite important.
I keep wanting to call her Denise, but
Denise is the villain.
Yeah.
Denise is the villain of the piece.
What's her name? I keep thinking Claire because she looks like Claire Balding.
You really should have looked this up.
Yeah, I should have.
Sorry, dear listener. He's currently flicking through his phone at great pace.
What's it? Bridget
Phillipson. That's
Bridget is her name.
Yeah.
Bridget and John Frobisher are sat opposite Jack and Gwen, and it's a bit of an awkward moment, isn't it?
Well,
given their big grand threats in the last episode and how that played out.
It's like Jack and John were getting real spicy on like Tinder messages, and then they've gone to meet up for the first time, and there's no chemistry.
Has that happened to you?
Shut up.
That sounded like it came from the heart.
Yeah. People are better at texting than they are talking, apparently.
Does that apply to you as well?
No, I'm normally
no,
not
it's
too
not
bad.
it's not my fault.
No, because I talk like I type, and that's normally what gets me in trouble when I'm emailing.
I speak an emoji.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I was thinking more like they look like when the two naughty kids get sent to the headmaster's office. And they just sat there looking down, kind of looking like they're annoyed that they're there, but they're not really sorry for what they've done.
Yeah, they're happy for the moment of joy that whatever they did brought, but yeah.
So we then cut to the PM, Brian Greene.
Uh-oh.
Our favourite boy. He's addressing the nation.
Yep.
And
telling nothing but facts. Spitting facts.
He's spitting hard facts about inoculations.
Yes. Man.
Do you think this is why people didn't trust the COVID vaccinations?
What, because of this?
Yeah, because of Children of Earth.
They were just like, no, don't have the vaccination. You're going to get taken by aliens.
Yeah, all this series was missing was someone to say, like, the inoculation will cause autism.
Yeah.
That's all it was missing.
I bet you RFK Jr. loves this episode.
Yeah, so he says his inoculations, that's going to make I can't remember the way he phrased it. It's something along the lines of, it will stop the activity of the past few days. Something like that.
Yes. Make your kids less gobby.
Yeah. They won't open their mouth and go, yeah, so he says it'll be safe then for the children to return to school. And then he just spikes the camera.
Yeah.
And we get a typical Russell T Davies close-up of someone on the news.
Yeah. The bridge of someone's nose.
Yeah. And like one eye, like do his blink. We then cut to Colonel Oduya of UNIT.
Yep.
And he's in the 456 embassy. The room's not poisonous anymore.
No, thankfully.
And he's basically delivering the message, I guess, that they're wrapping the children up.
Yeah, he meets up with the villain.
Oh, yeah, Decker.
Decker, the villain.
Yeah, Decker leads him into the main room. And Oduya addresses the 456.
Mm-hmm.
And he basically says, I want to ask you, not as a representative of Earth, but as a father, what do you need the children for?
Shocking that no one's thought to ask this until now.
Well, John kind of did a couple of episodes ago.
Yeah.
But he didn't say, what do you want them for? He said, what do you do with them?
Yeah.
And that's when we got the shot of the baldy McBald face. Just rephrase your question, really.
Yeah.
He says, what do you want them for? And he says, the hit. He's like, the what? He's like, the hit. He's like,
no.
What do you mean the hit? And he's like, the children create chemicals. The chemicals are good. The chemicals feel good. And he's like, they're like drugs. Horrible.
Yeah. Bleak.
That's the thing, because you expect it to be something like, we need them to live, or you expect it to be something, or they're going to be used for slave labour.
I thought
something.
they'd be shields. That was my bet.
Shields?
Yeah.
In what way?
Like they use their life force to make a shield or something.
Right, yeah.
I thought that'd be it.
No, but this is more bleak than that.
Yeah, it is. It's just
because this is not even useful.
Nope.
This is just, it feels good.
This is like finding out that every pint was sentient.
And not caring.
And still going for a third or fourth, fifth.
And then going for a 5th million pints.
Yes. Going for 10% of all the world's pints.
Christ. I feel like we got lost in this analogy along the way. So the children create chemicals that feel good.
Mm-hmm.
And
do you think children from different countries and different planets produce different highs?
Do you reckon they have different, like, spices?
Yeah.
Like, this is risky.
That's why I sort of teed you up to maybe impale yourself.
Are you trying to get me cancelled, James?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Like, Asian people tend to say that Westerners smell like milk.
Oh. I hadn't heard that before.
Yeah. Huh. So, yeah, maybe.
Oh, old milk.
Well, they're not old, they're children.
No, but that kid's from 1965. That's got to be curdled by this point.
Not 60s milk.
60s milk. It's the worst kind.
Yeah. But yeah, after he says...
Oh, sorry.
What?
Americans have got to be buttermilk. Big boys.
Well done, you've alienated our entire demographic.
Sorry. It lined itself up. Maybe they'd just be milkshakes.
They do shake, I tell you that.
Hey.
Yeah, sorry, Americans. But it's a stereotype that largely holds true. I'm sorry.
You mock our teeth. We can mock
you mock our teeth, and you mock our lack of culture and beige food.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're just mocking yourself now. What's going on?
It's all about self-deprecation, yeah?
I'm in on the joke.
Yeah, so after he says the 456, that is after he's like, the hit. Obviously, we get that flashback to the child, Baldy McBaldy, sat in the chair.
Looking like Darth Vader, Palpatine, Davros.
I knew you were going to say Davros as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember, this is a child who's been hooked up for, 50 years by that point? 40, 50 years?
Yeah.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, bad life.
Yeah, but awful life.
And also,
who in the universe had the worst life? This child.
this child, all those children, because no one does anything to help them.
No. Do you reckon that, like, jumping ahead a little bit, but when the 456 when that one in the tank is killed, do you think the kid went with him?
I don't think he was killed.
You think the kid?
No, I don't think the 456 was killed. I think
right.
he got hurt, and that's why he went poof and went away.
I guess, yeah. Because you do see a massive blood splatter that implies it kind of exploded.
Maybe
but
that
then
was
if
the
it's
kid.
Dead, why would? Oh yeah.
That might have
Maybe
just
it's
been
the kid.
because we don't know what blood they got. We know they spit green.
Yeah.
Maybe the
Could
kid
be the kid.
Did the kid just go pop?
Well, that's what's weird though, because when the big like smokestack comes up and it disappears, and we see the cube later, not only is obviously the 456 is gone, but there's no smoke and there's no blood on the glass anymore either.
So they took the blood with them.
Yeah, for the hit.
It's doggy bag.
Oh, not the goodie bag. Oh, it somehow gets more bleak.
It's a bloody party favour.
Yikes.
Yeah.
So obviously as Oduya is having this conversation, the government is still watching on the computers and everything. They look horrified.
They do.
But they're still going to put their plan into action.
Yeah, they're still going to crack on.
You still have to go ahead, don't we?
Yeah.
So General Pierce orders the British Army to collect the children from 2,600 primary schools in the UK
Ew.
at noon, and to take them to the rendezvous points.
Yeah.
Because what's her name? Denise tries to give information to. Is it Denise or is it Bridget?
No, Denise is the one that tries to speak to the Prime Minister.
It is Denise. Okay, yeah. Denise tries to speak to Brian.
Yeah.
And
Brian Butterfield.
Yeah, and then General Pierce is like, no, the Americans are taking over this operation.
You fuck this up. We're going to fix it.
Yeah. So, I can't remember who it is as well, but someone brings up, like, what if... I think it's the Prime Minister, actually. I think it's Brian who says, like, what if the soldiers refuse? We could have a mutiny on our hands. And I think it's the general that says, basically, any soldier who refuses will have their own children selected along with them.
That's what they've been told. Which is bleak.
Yeah. Which, again, this is what's even sadder, is from their perspective, they probably want the soldiers to do that, because instead of collecting one child or something...
They got a whole family.
Well,
they can only take... They're only going to use 3 to 11-year-olds, so, It's bleak.
Yeah, it is, yeah. And as if it couldn't get more bleak, the Prime Minister tells John Frobisher...
Who?
Frobisher, John Frobisher.
Ah, yeah. Peter Capaldi.
Yes, not the Penguin.
No, not the Penguin.
Yeah, he...
no one thinks it's the Penguin.
They might.
No.
Yeah. John Frobisher has to publicly state that his own kids are going to be taken for the inoculation.
But there isn't an inoculation.
But there is no inoculation. He's like, you want me to pretend, right? And he just looks at him.
Yeah.
It's like meme from Attack of the Clones. He's like, you mean pretend to do it, right?
Right.
But yeah, Prime Minister says basically we need to portray ourselves as the victims, just as much as the public, and say the 456 was essentially responsible for all of this. So John is going to
give up his kids.
Give up his children.
What about Denise's kids?
Oh no, they're off limits. Remember?
Yeah, but John was in that room.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway,
poor John.
they knew who the weak link was.
Yeah, I mean he's been the fall guy the whole fucking series.
You gotta feel bad for him.
Yeah, especially given.
I will just say as well, like he's been great throughout this whole thing, but this scene in particular, Peter Capaldi.
He's good, isn't he?
Yeah.
He should do acting.
Yeah, he should.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he act more?
I think he's got a future in it. Well, he's too busy doing sets in Glastonbury.
He's so cool.
He is really cool.
Have you seen the video where he was announced as the Doctor?
No.
I'll show you after this. But yeah, it was on some other show. And he was like backstage, and they were basically like, we're going to announce the next Doctor Who, and they were going to say, here he is, and then he was going to walk out on stage. But they kind of did this teaser where he's waiting backstage for them to announce him, and there's like a low camera angle where you can see him like kind of like flexing his fingers, and it was like really like teed up to be really dramatic. Oh, he's so cool.
Oh, he's really cool.
Yeah. But yeah, he's great in this. He looks horrified.
Yeah, I mean, as you would.
Yeah. He threatens to reveal the truth to the press.
Mm-hmm.
And the PM basically says, but then your kids will know what's going to happen to them. He's so manipulative.
He is a proper evil fucker. He's just
literally during that moment I looked over at James and he was just sat there like agape. He's just like, this guy's such a prick. Yeah. So John, he leaves the room and goes up to Bridget and he asks for, what was it, like requisition 31?
Yeah.
And she's like, why, what for? And he's like, requisition 31, please. And she's like, John, what is it? And he's like, now, please.
Yeah.
And she walks off, and it made me laugh because you guessed what it was immediately.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because like I was just like, he's either gonna, this will be his moment to turn around and save the day, or he's just gonna go postal and take out his whole family. And then they gave him the box. And I knew.
Yeah, we laughed through the pain.
Yeah. John didn't.
No, he didn't. So yeah, she gives him the box. It's got a pistol in it.
Yeah, bow.
Yeah. So he goes home.
Last time we see the Jag.
Yeah, last time we see the Jag. Glad that's what you took away from this scene. The news are outside because obviously he's supposed to be making this announcement. He goes in and he hugs his kids.
Yep.
And at this point, Bridget has gone to visit Lois, who's in prison, because she's been held on charges for like espionage for obvious reasons. And she basically gives her this speech of how she met John.
Yeah. It's quite nice.
It is, yeah. And it's funny because it's one little sequence and it's obviously this is the first time we hear it and we're not going to hear much more after this. But it does a good job in a short amount of time of fleshing out their backstory. Yeah. In a way that doesn't feel like it was written.
Yeah, it didn't feel like an exposition dump because like they realised, oh shit, we need to finish up this character's arc before he's dead.
But not even that. It's even the story itself of how they met doesn't sound grand enough to be like, oh, this is fiction. Like that seems like a genuine story of how people.
It seems very grounded, which is good.
Yeah. But yeah, she's telling this story to Lois, essentially trying to say, I just want you to remember, when all this is over, despite what the news say and what the headlines will be, John Frobisher was a good man. Yeah. And as she's giving this speech, we are seeing John hug his kids. Obviously, we're not hearing anything going on in that room because we're hearing the speech. But yeah, he's hugging his children and he sends them upstairs. So they slowly go up and they're kind of looking at him like unsure what's going on. He goes up to his wife and gives her a hug as well. She is very concerned. Yeah. Yeah. And he sends her upstairs too. And then he takes a moment just to kind of collect himself with his head in his hands. And then he puts the box down on the table. He pulls out the gun.
Man, his hands are shaking when he's doing that. It's horrendous.
He's so good, man. Yeah. Yeah. And he slowly walks up the stairs with the gun behind his back. And it's horrible, isn't it? Because, yeah, but we get that final thing. John Frobisher was a good man. It wasn't his fault. Yeah. And then you see him walk in, close the door, and you hear... And then there's like a good 5 seconds of silence, and then that fourth and final... And that's it. That's Frobisher out of the story.
Damn. I mean, fair play... Peter Capaldi, fantastic. Also, what a great day for that news team outside. Dude. They thought they were going to have one story. They got quite the bargain.
First on scene.
Yeah. Let's face it. Talk about a scoop. Scooping up whatever's on the floor.
You're making it more bleak.
Well, you go in for a penny, in for a pound, you know?
Oh, God. Yeah, but... I like John Frobisher as a character quite a lot. I think, because even though he's kind of the face for the bad guys, you always get the impression that he doesn't want to be doing what he's doing. He's purely there by circumstance. He thinks he's doing just... In the beginning, you think he's just doing as he's told, and then it kind of devolves into he thinks he's doing it for the greater good, because what do you do in that situation? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And then, by the end, he's like... Do you know what I mean? He was in that room of the very few people who were privy to that conversation of, our own people are going to be excluded from this, and then to have those people turn on him as well.
Yeah,
and say we need just not it's not even necessary. It's purely to make the government look better and look more like victims.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not even something that had to happen.
No, not at all. I think that's the thing, though, isn't it? He is kind of the face of the banality of evil through most of the series, so it's nice to see him get a little bit of redemption at the end. Or not even redemption, it's more kind of like through his sheer...
I guess it's not it's not necessarily redeeming himself for the bad things he's done, but it's finally he's acting by himself. He's not doing something because he was told to do it. This was his decision.
It's giving him agency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you did say it when we were watching it, but it's even sadder knowing that how everything pans out, this didn't need to happen.
Nope. Those kids.
It truly is. If for those of you who've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. It truly is like the ending of The Mist.
Oh.
It's very much like that.
Oh. Oh.
So yeah, if he just hung on a little bit longer, it'd been fine.
Yep.
But
would have been able to Frobisher another day.
No, you Frobisher it all over the place.
Oh. Well, that's what happened in that room.
Yeah.
Bleak.
Well done, Peter, though.
Yeah.
So, yes. So, obviously, like I say, Bridget's telling this story to Lois. We then cut to Rhiannon and Johnny in the valleys.
Yep.
And they've still got their crash service running for the local estate.
Jesus Christ.
The government is lying. And, Gwen, Reese, and Andy rock up in the car. Andy doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Because no one will tell him anything. Gwen doesn't want to tell him because she says, if I told you, you'd stop driving and I need you to keep going. The police won't tell him anything because either they don't know or, obviously...
I assume the police don't know.
Yeah. Ooh, voice crack. But they rock up to Rhiannon and Johnny's place and, they obviously have to tell them about Yanto.
Yeah, man, more bleak. Hey, you want some levity? Nah, fuck you. Bleak.
You think, Andy's on screen. This will be a nice little
No, because even before they get there, they talk about aborting the child because of the world they live in now.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Christ. It's
How did that even come up?
Andy was talking about something.
Oh yeah, I think Andy says something, and Reese mentions that Gwen's pregnant.
Yeah.
Says watch it, she's pregnant or something like that.
And then Gwen kind of turns around and goes, why would I even want to bring up a child in this world now, knowing what the world's going to become?
Yeah, and Reese is like, you don't mean that. And then she just looks at him and goes, don't I? And then he's like, oh.
Yeah, and I was like, you've pissed mum off, fucking hell.
But at the same time, I get it.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, poor Reese, man.
Yeah, he's...
Like, Reese...
long suffering.
Yeah, he's so, good-hearted. And it's... it does feel for him.
Yeah.
So yeah, they tell Rhiannon and Johnny about Yanto, and obviously...
sad.
Very upset.
Yes.
And Rhiannon tells him to clear off.
Yep.
Johnny says, didn't say anything about my car, did he?
What a prick. What a prick. Like, jeez.
Yeah.
Like, that's not cheeky, chappy fun time. That's like, what a knob. You gotta be so unaware of your surroundings to be like, oh yeah, my partner's brother's been killed. Did he mention my car? What a knob. Fucking hell.
Oh, Jesus.
You should ride off into the sunset with Denise and Decker.
Oh, no. You can't deck her.
Yeah. Barely know her.
Yeah. So, they're told to clear off, but Reese and Gwen are trying to tell them, look, special forces are coming, they're going to take the children.
Mm-hmm.
And, this is the point as well when, Gwen tries to kind of smooth things over with Rhiannon and says, look, I know Yanto really well, we worked together for years, and she goes on this thing about, he talked about you and the kids all the time, mentioned his dad, and he's like, what did he tell you about Dad? Obviously, we had that little bit, was it episode 2, I think? The only thing we really know about Yanto's dad is he broke Yanto's leg at some point. And, Gwen says, he said he was a master tailor or something.
Yeah.
What was it, you worked at Debenhams?
They worked at Debenhams, yeah.
He says, if Yandu fed you that old shit, you clearly didn't know him at all.
Oof. Do you think that dates this even more, the fact that now Debenhams doesn't exist?
I don't know, because Debenhams is only recently it kind of went under, right?
It's like 5 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like Woolworths. It's not like Comet.
Oh, oh, Toys R Us.
A Toys R Us gone under?
Yeah, years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Everything's Smith Toy Superstore now, is
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I think they bought out all their locations.
Sadness.
Yep.
Anyway.
They're always a shit at toy shop.
Yeah. Oh, do you remember going into Toys R Us and just seeing the Doctor Who wall?
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. And it would
Yeah.
just be the battle of trying to get another one of the figures. But my
Yeah.
mum and dad would say no.
James, you've already got a Dalek. Yeah, but this one's black.
This one's another one.
This one's got his armor destroyed because he flew through the time vortex.
Yeah. I remember on the hunt for years trying to find, there was a 2-pack set that they'd released, and it was just when they'd started doing like classic Who figures.
Oh, yeah.
And it was Sylvester McCoy and an Imperial Dalek, and it was a little 2-pack, and I was like,
You and
this
McCoy.
is yeah. And the Imperial Dalek, the Liberace Daleks, they're great.
Oh, God.
The best ones.
So, yeah. Gwen, Reese, and Rhiannon start getting the children together.
Yep.
To do a runner, basically. So,
yeah, book it.
like, special forces come into the street and they kind of barge indoors down and taking kids. So they sneak out the back and they go to do a runner. Johnny tells Rhiannon to go on. He says, it's not just our kids.
Yeah.
So he runs to, I'm assuming his mates, some other sort of lads in the neighborhood, and he's like, "Get the boys,
get the boys! Oh, come on, Bud, we gotta fuck him up.
they're taking the kids." Yeah, he's like, they're trying to take the kids. You're never gonna see them again. So yeah, they all start rallying up, and the soldiers sort of like stack up with riot shields.
Yep.
And someone on the motorbike just went past. I don't know if that'll show up or not.
Nah, I don't think so.
The riot shields are up, and the father's like throwing bricks, and big fist fight happens.
All kicks off.
Yeah, there's a big street brawl.
Yeah.
And Andy's just
honest to goodness riot.
Andy was just standing there like he doesn't know what to do. He's trying to call his superiors. He's like, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
He's not getting an answer, and he sees the soldiers trying to break into people's houses and obviously like taking children away. And this is the moment where he takes off his police jacket and his tie, and then he gets in on the scrap. Now, I appreciate, for you, this probably doesn't mean much.
No.
This is kind of a big moment, because throughout the first 2 seasons of Torchwood, Andy, although he's a bit of a goofball, and he's often played for comic relief because he's a bit dopey and whatever.
Lovable fuck up.
Yeah, but he's always been a man of the law. He's always been basically the best of the police. That's always been his thing. He's always been about doing things by the book, but not in like an insufferable way. He's a good cop.
Yeah.
He's the truest good cop there ever was.
Mm-hmm.
And he really believes in the system, and he always wants to do things that way. So seeing this moment where he's trying to like call for information, and he sees special forces breaking in, and he has to make this call where he takes his high vis off and he undoes his tie. Like I say, I appreciate, like, just through Children of Earth, this doesn't mean it, because you've only really seen Andy in like one other scene, but this is like quite a big thing where it's like, this is Andy essentially giving up his identity, because we don't know much about Andy other than the fact that he's a good cop and he's kind of got a thing for Gwen.
Well, we find out he's not a good fighter because he gets laid the fuck out within moments.
Would you have honestly expected him to be a good fighter?
No. Not at all, but I mean, he is like, man, he gets laid the fuck out.
He's another number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, even there's a hard close-up of his face getting smushed into the floor.
Oh.
I'm like, yeah.
To be fair, that happens to Reese as well.
Yeah, but Reese puts up more of a fight.
Yeah. But yeah, I like this moment quite a lot, even though it doesn't last long, and there's not really a big deal made about it. But this moment where Andy essentially makes this judgment call and he acts on what he believes is right.
Yeah, it's very nice.
It's nice, and I like it. So at this point, Andy, Johnny, and like I say, everyone else, they're forced to the ground. The police or special forces, whatever they are, they've got their like batons out, and they've pinned them to the ground. Reese, Rhiannon, and Gwen taking the children through some fields, and they get to this like abandoned kind of was it like a warehouse or a
Looks
shack?
like it.
Or
Yeah, like just like an old building of some description.
yeah, it's like it's not big enough to be a warehouse, but it's like it's too big to be a shed.
Maybe
It's
like an old factory or something. I don't know. Like yeah.
Yes,
Okay, it looks quite long.
it's long but not that deep.
No.
So yeah, but yeah, they get there and they're telling the children to be quiet. Gwen's like, "Shh, be quiet. It's like a game." And yeah, they're all hiding.
It's like, be quiet like mice. I don't know about you, but mice are pretty fucking noisy.
Yeah. Anyone who's had mice in their like walls will be able to tell you that.
You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Shut up. So this is when they record that tape from the cold open.
Angsty lighting.
Yeah, and Reese is holding the camcorder while Gwen does this video, and yeah, literally because we see it now from the other angle, we can see Gwen's literally holding a child like in her lap.
Yeah,
at the
who
same
can
time.
definitely hear her go, "This is how the world ends." You're just expecting like a beat and then just. It's like, well, now they hear us.
Well done, Gwen. Yeah. So she talks to Reese. Reese says, like, "You didn't mean what you said, did you, about the baby and getting rid of it?" And she says, "No, of course I don't." And they hug, and she says, "I couldn't do that to you," which I find really, really sad.
Yeah, it's really sweet.
Yeah, it is sweet, and yeah, but it's man, again, it's bleak in its own way.
Yeah,
because it's like, even if she wants that, she feels like she can't because it would upset him, which is it's its own debate. But
yeah,
like,
that's yeah.
But you know, this means a lot to Reese, and yeah, I don't know. It's a I like this moment because this whole series, but this episode in particular, I think does a good job of playing that kind of moral grey zone.
Yeah,
where you're like, obviously there are people we know, like, hey, these are the good, like Andy's a good guy.
Yeah,
the Prime Minister, he's a bad guy.
Yeah,
people like Jack are in the middle. He's like Jack is doing the wrong things for the right reason.
Nah, he's a villain.
But yeah, I like when you get these moments like this. Isn't even meant to be like a big moment, really, but it's this thing of just seeing two people who care for each other, and I don't know, going out of their way to support the other person. It's nice in amongst all this bleakness. We need it. Yeah. So
still pretty bleak.
Yeah.
Even the quote unquote nice bit is still bleak as shit.
Yeah. So
this wasn't a pleasant watch.
Eventually they're discovered by the troops.
Oh no.
Yeah, they start running through the field, so they bust out the back door and they make a runner. One child just gets left behind completely.
Yeah, which not
the
the
soldiers
best.
come in. Because there's a moment where you think like, oh, maybe she's hiding and they won't see her.
Yeah.
And then she sees them and goes, ah! And they go, oh, there's one.
Oh, no.
They pick her up and take her off.
Yeah, she just shut the fuck up. She would have been fine.
Yeah. So yeah, Rhiannon and Reese get captured as they're running.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Gwen is just sprinting off with like one child in the distance.
Yep.
Meanwhile,
there's
like a pirate station that's trying to broadcast footage of the soldiers taking the children. They say digital 141. So like, you know, you go on digital 141 if you want to see the children get kidnapped.
Yeah. And then you can enter the sweepstakes to win a trip to Magaluf.
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday.
Yeah, literally is that kind
of... yeah, but the government shuts the signal down.
Oh no.
Meanwhile,
Jack
has been taken to a warehouse by Johnson.
Yep. She breaks Jack out of prison, leaving Lois.
Yeah, yeah. Lois is there banging on the doors going,
Jack, what's happening?
Captain Harkness.
What's happening?
Oh, help me, what's happening?
What's happening? And it's
Jack's
silent.
Blatantly ignores her.
Twice.
Yeah. Johnson takes him to a warehouse full of equipment, and this whole time she's kind of been there with Alice and Stephen, and it's basically been showing them the footage that Torchwood recorded of Baldy McBaldy.
The trauma footage.
Yeah.
Instant trauma.
Yeah.
At a moment's
the trauma tape. Yeah.
Yeah, trauma tape. It's like The Ring, but you don't die. You just hollow inside after.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's like The Ring, but instead of dying, you just get sad.
Yeah, it doesn't take 7 days either.
No. Instead of 7 days you die, it's like 2 seconds and you're sad.
For life.
Yeah, so she takes Jack to this warehouse where Alice and Stephen are, and it's full of equipment. So Decker's also here.
They kidnapped Decker.
Yeah, they do.
The villain.
You were really dead set on him being the villain, weren't you?
Yeah, and I still kind of stand by it because of his reaction to what happens later.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, so what they're essentially going to try and do is find a way to defeat the 456. They theorize that they can, because the 456 communicate through this kind of signal, this wave that, where they got the name from, the 456, that they can somehow reverse this wave, reverse engineer it, and maybe send a signal back. So they're able to use something new this time, because Jack's like, oh, come on, we need to do this. And Decker's like, I've been studying this signal for
40 years.
40 years. You're not going to find anything. And Jack's like, yeah, but we got something new this time.
Yeah.
And that's the signal that they used to kill Clem.
But to be fair, when Decker says that initially, Johnson just shoots him in the leg.
It's very funny.
She's so...
She just has no patience for this. She just
got
turns
no
around,
patience.
shoots him in the knee, and he goes, falls over, and then he doesn't even be like, what the hell, you shot me? He's just later on, he just acts like nothing's happened.
Yeah, and he's just got a bandage. Which, I mean, shooting him in the leg, that's a bold move. What if he bled out?
They don't need him.
Well, yeah, but... man, Johnson's so shit. It's just...
Johnson is the antithesis of John Frobisher, right?
Well, yeah, kind of.
It's like, not interesting character,
Yeah.
not well acted.
No.
Just
No,
nothing burger.
Her actual character traits, motivations, and actions are just all over the place and make no sense.
Whatever needs to happen in the episode.
Yeah, it's hey, we need plot accelerating with a grunt.
Oh,
Here it comes.
yeah. I quite like this as a method. So, do you remember? I can't remember. It was probably episode 1, maybe 2. I can't remember. But you said, however they're going to resolve this.
Yeah.
Why couldn't Jack do it before?
Yeah.
And I quite like this as a method of, obviously, the 456 kept Clem alive as a what was the word they used? Remnant. That's right. To keep them tethered to Earth, so they could speak through the children. And yeah, obviously, with no more use for him, they kill him off. And now, the Torchwood team have access to the signal, which they can reverse engineer. I think that comes across quite naturally. It doesn't come across as contrived or like a Deus Ex Machina.
No, yeah.
I think it's quite well implemented and quite well seeded in there. Which I think, for this whole thing that's been quite tense and dramatic up to this point, if it was an ending that just felt like, well, what? What? Do you know what I mean? It would have been really like a big letdown. I know what you mean about the pacing, about how basically from the point where Jack does his moment of like, right, yes, to they're gone is quite quick.
Even from like, again, I think the more I think about it, maybe this episode isn't as good as I think it is.
Right.
The whole way through this, the 4 episodes that have led up to this, it all feels quite cohesive, and it feels like everyone's separate plot points are advancing quite unilaterally, in the sense that like things are happening of equal weight to equal characters, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it feels as if like Gwen and Reese and that whole gang kind of go nowhere. Realistically, it's not like they make a stand. All they do for the rest of the episode is run around with children. They're not.
Yeah.
It's not as if they fight. It's not as if they plan and scheme. They literally just run, and that feels a bit naff.
I know what you mean. I think I don't mind it because I see it as all of the characters are essentially dealing with this situation in the way they know how.
Yeah.
So that is Johnny and Andy are fighting the oppressors.
Yeah.
That is, Jack is trying to use his brain. Again, he's from the year like 5000 and something.
Yeah.
He's using his brain, his advanced knowledge of the future to try and combat the situation. Again, he's travelled with the Doctor. He knows this stuff. Like, Journey's End has happened at this point, do you know what I mean? So it's like, he's gone through stuff, he's doing this. And Gwen's whole motivation is save who you can. And from that perspective, I don't mind. I know what you mean, especially because by the time everything's resolved and the 456 is defeated, Gwen and like Reese, they don't know what's happened.
No, it does.
Like I assume they know the threat's over, because I assume they would have seen the massive like cloud of smoke over London or whatever.
Yeah.
But obviously they have no context of what Jack's up to.
They wouldn't have. They're in Wales.
Oh yeah, of course.
The thing is, like, I think it's because the whole way through, because Jack's, kind of incapacitated for a lot of the series, they're the ones that are taking the reins and kind of they've got a lot of agency, and they're making the decisions, and they're really involved in like how it all happens. But to see them kind of just wrenched away, and they suddenly just become this, like, hey, don't worry now, kind of you can fuck off. Jack's
just watching at this point.
Jack's saying, oh yeah, send them back to Wales. I can't look at them right now, and it's just like,
that's fair. I get that. I think.
Yeah, I think it just like it. What was good, especially with the first 4 episodes, was just how it felt like everyone had equal weight in the story.
Yeah, everyone. No one feels like a hanger-on or in the team. Everyone feels like they're doing their own thing. They have their own motivations, their own.
Like, well, I mean, like, not even just in the team, like the whole like cast.
Yeah.
Like, the whole Frobisher arc from start to finish is consistently strong.
Yes.
Whereas, and the same with Jack, and even the same with like the Prime Minister and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just, it seems like a shame that Gwen's kind of goes right there.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
The only thing is, I guess, what do you have to do?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that's more of like the only way you could get her involved is to literally rewrite the entire they're resolved.
Oh, I think so. I think that would be the only way to change it, because like realistically, I wouldn't have sent her away from London. Yeah. I would have had her maybe fight, like, having to protect Jack and fight off people or something. I know that's, but again,
have Unit come in to try and stop him.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, working with Johnson, they can kind of team up after having been adversaries for the whole thing. And I think there's that thing of sending her to Wales, isolating her just in the, hey, you're gonna. I know it anchors it with Yanto's family and like brings kind of in a way brings him back into the narrative, but I think they didn't do enough with those people.
Maybe the way to resolve this would have been. I don't know how like this would have worked like in the specifics, but maybe if Jack needed something, he needed a piece of information, and whilst Gwen and Reese were there in Wales, she was able to give him that information.
Yeah.
Say just hypothetically, I don't know, he needed a digit or something, and she is able to give that to him. I don't know how this would have come into play, but like, do you know what I mean? At least then it would have feel like, even though she's not there with him physically, she can still do what she's doing. She's still got her moment of, I'm just going to save who I can, even if it's just this one child. I'm going to run and I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
She at least then feeds back into the main plot.
And I think like, I think it's the way in which that they do the whole thing with them being quiet and things like that. I think there needed to be something a bit more dynamic with that as kind of, it could have been more of a set piece. Like they could have had soldiers are in the building with them, and instead of just having to book it, they could have really had to hide and sneak,
like the kitchen bit from Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that kind of thing, where it's just like, you've got this whole,
they're hiding, hand over the mouth, try to breathe quietly,
like quiet place or something like that. Again, I just think it needed a touch more.
I think that's fair.
Yeah,
I think it's a fair critique.
Yeah. See, I'm not all about bombast. Sometimes I can be rational.
So, as far as Jack's concerned, they can reverse engineer this wavelength that was used to kill Clem. The only problem is they're going to have to use a child as a transmitter. And this is when Decker says, that child's going to fry.
Yeah, villain! No one should speak about children like that. He's a bad, bad man. He says it with such glee and delight. I'm sorry, I'm back to the bombast now. The man's a cunt.
To be fair, he just gets shot in the leg. He's probably grouchy.
He's been like this the whole time, sniffing the glass of the 456, always with that kind of wry look. It's like, oh, we're going to have to kill all the children. Oopsies. What an awful man.
Yeah. He says, that child's going to fry, and of course, they've only really got one child available.
Villain.
And this moment's horrible, because this is when Decker and Johnson are looking at Jack, and you can see Jack, he's not talking, but he's kind of looking at the floor, not really making eye contact with anyone. You can tell he's thinking, and Alice is like, tell them no, Dad.
Yeah.
Dad.
Yeah.
Dad. And then Jack just does this really subtle like nod, And when he does that, she just books it immediately.
It's so, again,
and it's so
it's
sad.
So bleak. I did call it when she left Stephen and went into the room. I did say, hey, in the spirit of children being taken away, maybe don't let your kid out of your sight.
Yeah, especially with the people who kidnapped you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as a result of her not being with him,
yep,
he got fried.
Yeah.
Fried.
But it's that moment of Jack like really wrestling with this, and he can't even bring himself to say it. He just has to give the slightest nod. And she doesn't try to talk him down after that. Soon as he does that, she knows there's no changing his mind, and she just sprints.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Horrified. Again, just awful.
So Alice runs to try and get Stephen, but she's held back. The guards like holding her back, and the other soldiers pick Stephen up and bring him into the main room. Stephen's not really running because obviously he still thinks Jack's his uncle. He's like, what's going on, Uncle Jack? And Jack's like typing away on the computer.
He could have said anything to the kid.
He didn't say a word.
Ugh.
He couldn't say a word to him.
Man.
And he wants to help. That's the thing. He even says, what can I do?
Yeah.
What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
And Jack doesn't say anything.
Because he's a villain.
He's typing everything, and he's ignoring the question. And you get this moment where he just looks at him, and he's got this like tear rolling down his face. And it kind of like, I assume we see time in like slow motion or something, because he's standing there for what feels like maybe like 5-10 seconds.
Yeah.
And then he just goes bang and hits the key on the keyboard and starts the signal.
Yeah, that takes Jack's
it's bleak though, isn't it?
Kid kill tally to 16 or 17. Man.
Yeah. Stephen opens his mouth and goes, and I'm not even going to try and do it. I can't go that high. Well done.
Thanks.
Something like that. As do all the other children on the earth. And they all start, just making that noise, basically.
Yeah. Some unpleasant CGI of the crowd shot with all the composited kids in. Yeah, not pleasant.
I gotta love 2009. Oduya's in the room with the 456, and he can see it's kind of like writhing, and it's like smacking the edges of the tank and screeching, and it's spurting its greenness everywhere. And then eventually, it just explodes, and you see just bright red blood splatter everywhere.
Good lord.
And the tank starts to fill with the light that it did when the 456 was transported there, like the big orange kind of smoke fire tunnel thing. And it sucks it back up, and that's it. It's gone.
Still no one helped that kid.
Jack and Alice are just watching as Steven's like kind of like spasming. He's like, because he's like shaking, but they've obviously done some like post-production work to kind of speed up and make him like shake.
And blood's going out of his nose,
blood's
out
coming
of his ears.
And he's screaming.
Yeah.
And Alice is just watching through the window.
Man,
she's like thumping on the window.
Horrific.
And when he eventually dies, he falls to the ground. Johnson says, "Let her in." She comes in immediately, just weeps over his corpse.
Yeah.
She's like shouting at the. She's like, "Help him!"
Yeah.
And
horrendous.
Yeah.
Man, Jack is a bad person.
But what'd you do? And if he didn't do this, like, it would have been however many million children.
Yeah.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's like, yes, this is an awful thing he did, but what's the alternative? And that's how he has to justify it to himself, and that's why he can't even talk to him, because he knows if he talks back to him, he might get convinced not to do it.
Yeah, it's true. Do you think in the back of his mind he's like, well, it's less than last time?
Yeah, this isn't 12.
Yeah.
This is 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By a magnitude of 11.
Poor John Frobisher, though.
Man, he didn't have to kill his kids or his wife or himself.
That was a good sentence.
Yep.
So the remains of the 456 have been taken, and the Baldy.
Yep.
That
poor kid.
What do you honestly reckon? Do you reckon that was the kid that blew up? Or do you reckon that was the 456? Do you reckon it was both of them because they were connected?
I would love for the kid to have blown up more just to end his suffering. However,
that's a statement.
However, I think that, hey, let's face it, this is bleak. I think it's just one of the 456's heads might have popped and he's fine, and him and the kid have gone off to go.
You think?
Yeah.
Is that more bleak than like the 456 dies, but the other 456 above the planet beam the kid back up because like, well, we can't waste that.
Oh, Christ!
Is that worse?
Yes. Jesus.
Oh no. Yeah. So yeah, Alice is obviously holding Stephen's body. She's screaming, "Why?" Jack is crying. Johnson's crying. Decker's smiling.
Yeah, that was it. That was the last shot we see of Decker is him smiling at the death of a child.
Yeah.
Villain. Evil.
He's the most villainous man to not actually do anything evil.
I don't know.
He did sketchy stuff, but he didn't do anything morally wrong.
I don't know. He's been in that basement for 40 years. He's done something wrong. He's got a hazmat suit.
Stay away from his browser history.
He's got a hazmat suit in a cupboard ready to go. He's got
skeletons in his closet, you reckon?
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, Gwen is the only one from the estate that was not been pinned down to the floor.
Yeah, because she's pregnant.
What?
We don't want to hurt the baby.
Oh, I see. Well, no, they hadn't reached it yet, but yeah. Obviously, at this point, the children they were all holding were doing the thing, and somehow Gwen knows that what happened because she's like, "You clever girl, what did you do?"
That's a real There's
I don't know.
There's no way of
I don't know.
How do the soldiers know to stop chasing?
Same way Gwen knows what she did. I don't know. I don't know.
Wah, wah.
Soldiers stand down. At this point, we cut back to the cabinet meeting.
Yep.
With Cobra. The meeting starts to kind of disperse. Everyone's left. The American captain gives the Prime Minister a salute and walks away. That shot of the Prime Minister sat there is so funny.
He looks like a deflated balloon. He's like a crumpled paper bag with a bit of sick at the bottom of it.
He's had enough with it.
Yeah, it's just like...
Brian Greene, the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
He says to Bridget and Denise, we should consider ourselves lucky. And,
Villain.
We're like, they're like, but and we're like, you what now?
Huh?
And he says, the Americans took control of everything.
Jeez.
We have plausible deniability.
Good God.
He said we can claim they acted without authorization, which I guess they did.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bridget is she's not happy. She's disgusted, you might say.
Yeah, potentially so.
She's like, despite everything that's happened, you're only interested in saving your own skin.
Yes.
And I can't remember what he says something in response, and she reveals at this point that she's been recording everything. Because when she paid Lois a visit, she also used whatever clause it was she can use to check out a piece of evidence. It's Torchwood's contact lenses. So she's
always got to check the contacts. God, you would have thought he did learn.
He got suckered by the same move twice.
Yeah, they got double the blackmail.
Yeah. So she's recorded everything. Lois told her how to use them, blah, blah, blah. She says, I'm going to release everything to the public. And you kind of get the impression that it's pretty much revenge for what he did to John.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. He threatens to have Bridget arrested. And at this point, Denise takes charge.
Yeah, because Denise sees an in. Because she's the most evil of all of them.
Yeah, and she...
Because she was the one that suggested doing the schools and the league tables.
She was.
What a piece of shit.
Yeah, and she says, thanks, Bridget. You can leave this with me. I'll sort him out. And then she looks at the Prime Minister and she's like, I don't think he'll be in charge for much longer or something like that.
Yeah, I'll be taking over things from now on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. After all of that, the big bad won.
The big bad wasn't the 456.
Yeah.
It was Denise.
Denise's middle name, 456.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? You kind of hit the nail on the head earlier, like the banality of evil, and you think it's going to be the big googly monster that wants to consume the children, but no, it's the family woman.
That was like when Priti Patel left as Home Secretary, and then we got Suella Braverman instead. It was just another level of evil.
Is this going to age this podcast, do you reckon?
Well, seeing as that is already a dated reference, seeing as it was like 4 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah. This will be a relic at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh, I wonder what side of the fence politically James is on.
He plays his cards close to his chest, guys.
Yeah, no one knows.
Reform, yeah? Yeah, but I guess despite it all, even if you take down the big bad, the Hydra just grows another head, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Bleak.
Yeah, sometime later, Jack is sat on a bench. He's obviously grieving and hating himself probably for what he did.
Yeah.
He waits for Alice, who pops out. She comes through the doors. She sees him and immediately
nopes the fuck out of there.
Just turns around and walks back the way she came.
They're never speaking again.
Jack understands and he gets up and he walks through the other door.
Mm-hmm.
Never to see each other again.
Yeah. Is that the last we see of her in the series?
It is.
Do we find out any more about what happens to Mr. Green as well?
Nope.
Oh. Wow.
Because Series 4 takes place in the States.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Is Gwen in it?
Yep.
Oh. Why is she in America?
Same reason Jack's in America.
Why are they in America?
Because the... I can't remember if it's FBI or CIA. One of them gets involved. Yeah. So, yeah. We then jump 6 months later.
Yeah.
And Reese and Gwen got their Vauxhall back.
Yep.
And,
fucking about in the car.
Yeah, and they drive up to some kind of mountain range. We get a bit of context. Jack's been traveling the world for 6 months to try and decompress, I guess.
Try and get rid of some of that guilt.
Yeah.
It's never going to go away.
So yeah, he arranges a meeting with Reese and Gwen on this hilltop. Gwen is obviously now 6 months pregnant.
Yep. Rotund.
Wow. Yeah, and Gwen gives Jack his vortex manipulator. She says it was like the only thing that survived the hub. She said it's invincible, like its owner.
Oh.
And yeah, Jack basically says, he feels guilty, obviously, for everyone that died, not just Stephen, but Tosh and Yanto and
John
Owen, and he probably does know about John at this point.
Surely,
6 months, yeah.
Surely, right?
Oh God,
yeah.
Imagine seeing that on the news and be like,
oh John.
Yeah.
He's with the Penguins now.
Yeah, and he basically says, I've been traveling the world for 6 months, but this planet's too small. He says, I can't get far enough away.
Oh.
So he says that there's a cold fusion freighter near the edge of the Sol system that's kind of like above the planet right now.
Yeah.
He's basically planning on teleporting aboard, and Gwen's kind of like crying. She says, you can't just run away. And he says, yes, I can. Watch me.
Poof. And he's gone.
He beams up and he disappears.
Oh.
Gwen is crying. Reese kind of hugs her to comfort her. And yeah, they both turn around and they walk away knowing that as of today, Torchwood is done.
Oh.
Torchwood is finished.
Until...
That's it. That's episode 5. That's day 5. That's Children of Earth. That's the series. That's done.
Woo! It's over.
It is over. Christ, it's a lot to unpack.
Yeah, a lot happened.
Yeah. No one could say nothing happened.
No, it was quite bleak. Again, as I said, some of the plot lines were a bit naff in this one. Some of them were good. Mm-hmm. All of them were bleak.
Yeah, I feel like as a whole, I forget, like, I can break it down in my head because I'm like, episode 2 is the one where they're on the run. Episode 4 is the one where they kind of like storm the embassy and everything. But
yeah.
Like, I always think of Children of Earth as a whole. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, if you say like, oh, Doctor Who's series 3, I think of the individual episodes. I'm like, oh, that's the one with the Shakespeare Code. That's the one with 42 and Daleks in Manhattan.
There we go.
And
That's
those
the most
ones.
important one.
Children of Earth. I do the same thing with Torchwood Series 1 and 2, but Children of Earth and Miracle Day are ones where I just think of them as a collective whole.
Yeah.
So you can kind of pick them apart episode by episode, but I always think of this as one kind of cohesive unit, and I think you made some fair points.
Thank you.
But as a whole, as a collective, Children of Earth. Thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up. Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Do you have any highlights across the series? Is there anything in particular that stood out to you?
Peter Capaldi's acting great the whole way through.
He's fantastic.
Consistent.
Yeah,
really good. But
this was what made me. I still haven't watched it yet. It's on my it's on my list, but this is what made me want to watch the thick of it.
You still not watched it?
No, because I know Malcolm Tucker's a very different character to
but
John Frobisher, but it's that thing of seeing him in this kind of political background and basically seeing, what if him but spicy?
Can that be our new show to watch together?
Sure, we can do that.
Yay!
Yeah, and
Now it's on the podcast. Locked in.
I think it shows Peter Capaldi's range as an actor, because like I say, we make jokes about how he's in everything, but Caecilius, John Frobisher, and the 12th Doctor are all very different people.
Yes.
No one can argue he's doing the same performance
Not the
each
same
time.
shtick. No.
You're right. I think he's great.
Mm-hmm. It's not so much a highlight, but Johnson is a rubbish character.
That's a takeaway.
Takeaway is a takeaway.
Yeah.
I don't think she really adds anything to it.
I think
honest.
that's fair. She's there to be someone who orchestrates the bad guys in the beginning, but it does feel a little bit like they didn't know what to do with her later on.
Yeah, she's just kind of drifted.
She's kind of there to be like in episode 2. They need someone to direct the soldiers to pour the concrete on Jack and all that stuff.
And it just got weaker and weaker as the time went on.
That's fair enough. I think Children of Earth probably does the best job of highlighting Jack's immortality. Yeah. You could say Miracle Day maybe, but that's kind of more in a metaphorical sense because he doesn't have his immortality. Where this is, people I think from the beginning, knowing that Jack is invincible, people ask these questions, but what if you just blew him up? What if you broke him down to a single atom? And this kind of answers that.
He becomes goo.
Yeah. That body bag will just slowly fill up. The effects of that are great.
Yeah, really good.
Practical effects in this are all really good.
Yeah.
Some of the CGs, most of the CGs are right, actually. Like the CG of the 456 coming up and down is fine. I know what you mean, that combustion shot earlier was a bit weird.
Yeah, because it's just like the parallax is slightly off. Some of the kids at the back, if you brought them to stand next to the ones at the front, they'd be about 7 foot high.
Yeah.
Maybe 12. Yeah. They'd be huge.
But overall, the CGI is okay. There's not really a lot of
CGI.
CGI.
I think that's what probably helps it not age too badly.
Yeah, because the practical effects are great. Like the 456 are obviously a practical effect. The set design, like the only real set is the big embassy room, isn't it? But yeah, I think that's cool. 456 as an antagonist.
Yeah, great. I kind of do wish we'd got to see a bit more, know a bit more.
Yeah,
not a huge amount. I'm not wanting like a exposition dump, but it would be interesting. I think when you hype up this whole ghoulish thing in the gas the whole time. I know there's the whole like less is more, treat it like Jaws, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I'd have liked to maybe
you want to see it
just a bit more.
I can show you some fan interpretations of what it looks like.
That'll be good.
Yeah, we'll do that. I like the 456. I like how obviously because we don't see them properly until episode 3.
Yeah.
So initially it's just the children talking. It's the we are coming. We are coming. Yeah, and then that episode ends. We are here.
Yeah.
I think that's a great cliffhanger. I think that's good. The way they are manipulative. The voice is cool.
Yeah, voice is good.
Because again, you can kind of go a bit too much with it and make it really like low or really demonic.
Don't want to go like Satan pit kind of vibe with it. Yeah.
But I think they kind of hit the nail on the head with how I don't know how deep and how, I don't know, evil to make it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. The motivation essentially just being that it's recreational drug use.
Yeah. Was this just like a giant anti-drug PSA?
It doesn't really say that drugs are bad,
No.
so I'm going to say no. It just says be careful how you source your drugs.
Use ethical sources.
Yeah.
It's actually just
Always
a bit...
buy your crack cocaine from a trusted supplier.
My God, it's a big fair trade advert. At the end of it, like the 456 disappears, and then on the floor is just a little pamphlet with the little like green and blue coffee bean on the floor.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. What about Bridget?
Yeah, I think
Bridget is a character who I think in the beginning you think she's purely there to be the snooty kind of, I don't know, the one who's going to be constantly watching over Lois's shoulder. I think this episode in particular does a really good job of fleshing her out a little more.
Yeah, again, it's that thing. I think the fact that they do such good stuff with her in this last episode highlights how little they do with Gwen.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's still a gripe for me, I think. But yeah, ultimately, Bridget is really interesting. I wish maybe they'd started to introduce this a little bit more in the episode before, just to give it a little bit more time to flesh.
Fair. I think this highlights kind of patterns with Russell T Davis's writing, which is he is very good at giving you a lot of good, nuanced characterization in a short period of time without it feeling forced or contrived.
Yeah.
He's really good at that, but he is also the master of setting up a million things and then writing himself into a corner and not having enough time to pay it all off.
Yeah, it does kind of feel like it all goes, and then just kind of,
I think he stuck the landing on this more than he did on some of his other stuff.
Yeah. Billy Piper.
Let's not go there. But yeah, I stand by. I think this is just a really good bit of TV. I think it's really accessible. Like I say, you kind of get a bit more, like if you've watched obviously the first 2 seasons of Torchwood, you have a bit more familiarity with Yanto and Jack, and you'll know who Owen and Tosh are. So there's things like that, but you know what I mean? How you don't need to have seen it. There's it's not like you're going to be confused or you're not going to know what's going on.
I didn't feel like I was lacking anything having not seen the rest.
It's the same thing, I feel like, when you watch New Who for the first time. Because I think most people who are Doctor Who fans now probably watch New Who first. Yeah. If they've seen Classic Who at all, they probably watched it after, like I did. Yeah. And I remember as a kid watching, and the Doctor would reference like, oh, that's the Macra. And it's like, that's obviously something from Classic Who, but other times things happened where like the Doctor's like, you're Arachnos, and I assumed the Arachnos was something from Classic Who. Yeah. Like, I just hadn't seen it, but it's not. Yeah. But they do a really good job of blurring that line where does the Doctor know that because he knows that? Or does the Doctor know that because that's referencing something else? And I feel the same way with this. Like, you don't need to know who Tosh and Owen are, you just need to know they worked at Torchwood, they died, Jack feels guilty about it.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Yeah. And yeah, on that note, I think it's really accessible, and I think it's just a good bit of TV for like 5 episodes.
I think it's something that's very easy to follow. It's easy to enjoy. It's just yeah.
And you see what I mean? How it is Doctor Who. I mean, it's got the aliens, it's got the action, it's got Jack,
but it's camp in there.
But it's got that slightly political bent, which I think makes it more not even appropriate, but more
mature.
Yeah, more mature and more enjoyable for an adult audience, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's not just about, defeat the big bog monster. It grounds it a little more, and it puts some human drama in there.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Do you have anything else?
I think it's going to be interesting now in the future to rewatch the episodes of Doctor Who with Jack in.
Yes.
And probably just not going to root for him anymore.
Now you can join the rest of us.
Yeah. I probably
for one
will.
reason or another. Either how he murdered his grandson or John Barrowman antics.
Yeah. Well, that just kind of compounds an already fucked situation. Yeah. I'm sure we'll get around to doing Miracle Day at some point.
Yeah, Miracle Day's a little longer. Miracle Day's like 8 episodes, 10 episodes, something like that. It's not as good as this. Yeah. It's very Americanized in a way that...
There might be some more stuff to riff on.
Yeah. It's very Americanized in a way that I don't like.
Yeah.
it makes it feel a bit like it feels like Captain Jack is cameoing in like an episode of Criminal Minds.
Yeah, adding the laugh track was a really odd choice.
but at the same time, I'm not a Miracle Day hater. There's a lot to like in that story. There's a lot of really cool themes and interesting ideas, and the episode Immortal Sins is pretty much a flashback episode that takes place through like the 40s.
Okay.
And that is genuinely a really, really good bit of TV.
Oh, nice. Well, yeah, we'll get into that. Definitely.
So, yeah, maybe in future we'll do that.
Yeah.
But
we'll give it a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give him a break from me.
But for now, do you have anything else to say about Children of Earth? What would you say to someone who... maybe this is a bit weird because obviously I assume they've watched along because this has been heavy spoiler talk, but
yeah,
what would you say about this to someone who hasn't watched it? Someone coming at it from the same perspective you have, who hasn't watched the first 2 seasons, and they're like, should I watch this?
Yeah, it's worth a go.
Brilliant.
Did you really expect more nuance from me?
Yeah. Take that advice and run with it.
Yeah, just, give it a go.
Yeah.
There's
only 5 episodes.
Yeah, what have we got to lose?
Yeah, there's more episodes of Wednesday than that.
Yeah.
Pick your poison.
Pick your poison.
But yeah, I guess we'll leave it there. So, with that in mind, thank you all very much for listening. We appreciate you very much as always. Don't forget to leave a like if you're watching this over on YouTube. Leave a comment, say something nice to James.
Yeah.
Hit the subscribe button to keep up with everything we're posting when we can be bothered. If you're listening to this over on Spotify, on YouTube Music, or on Apple Podcasts, then please hit the follow button. And yeah, same thing. You'll be notified whenever we post something. It's not usually James. It's usually me and my lovely partner Charlotte. But we get some guests on here occasionally, including James here.
Like me.
And our other friend Rob. And maybe some others in future. Who knows?
Who knows?
But yeah, I guess now this is over.
Yeah.
Unless we eventually go back and do some other Torchwood. Maybe Miracle Day. Maybe the first few seasons or something.
Here's hoping.
I guess we'll see you next time when we go back to Doctor Who.
Don't forget, Decker is the real villain.
Yeah. But until then, yeah, thank you all for listening. Stay safe. Stay away from Jack Harkness.
Yeah. What piece of shit.
And goodbye.